Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for the week of December 13th through 19th of 2021. Excuse me. So, I've said before, maybe not for the last little while, but when it's a general reading, that means it's a group reading. And so I've invited all the guardian angels for all the Taurus people in the world, and they have come as always, and they're the ones who determine what this reading is. They compile it, they put it all into a group and to suit the majority of the people, right? So some parts of this may not resonate with you. That's just fine. If you happen to not be in the majority for that particular part of the subject, well, that's fine. You don't have to be. And so you take what resonates and you leave the rest. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay. All right. So we're getting the cards out. Just about dropped the whole deck. They're slippery little suckers. So we're just about ready to okay, one more card ready to come out that needs to come out. And it's looking pretty good here. Looking really good, actually, right now. Okay, and there's the last one. Okay. So, wow, this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Very comforting. So to start with, Mother Mary. Mother Mary is the ultimate mother. She is warm. She's nurturing. She encourages you. She protects you. She nudges you to get you doing what you need to be doing. She is just this beautiful energy. My picture of her always is with arms wrapped around, like with warm fuzzies. She's just feels so good all the time, and so we're so lucky to have her. And she sits here and she goes, my children, I wish that you would be able to talk to me more often and ask me for help, because that's what I love doing. There you go. Okay. And so, get in a habit of talking with her and asking for her assistance. That is why she's there. And she loves doing that. Okay. All right. We're being shown this beautiful family harmony. Isn't that amazing? All your family is loving, very loving, and getting along. Like, okay, there's little moments, whatever, but there's no big drama. There's nobody really hates each other. Everybody gets along. And to some of you, that's very normal. To others, you understand what the big difference is, right? And so this family, this could be your blood family, but more likely it's a combination of your blood family and your friend family, right? The people you've chosen. And you can combine all these people together. Yeah. And you can expect them all to be open to just loving each other. Yeah, it feels really good. And so for some of you, there are toxic members of your family, like of your blood family, and it doesn't feel like that's who is included in this. The toxic people will probably always be toxic. That's their journey. It's something within them. Maybe they will be able to make a bunch of progress at some point, but it feels like not yet. And so this family harmony is more of your creation, that you are at a point where the ones who are toxic, who are not not really considered your family. You know what I mean? Like that. Yes, that is your blood, so and so. But in your heart, in your life, in your experience, you don't consider them to actually be family. It's friends that you consider to actually be family, and that's who we're talking about. Yes. Okay. So having compassion for those people is key for you. When you can get to the point that you sit there and you say, yes, that person, I was so young and that person really hurt me and did so much wrong. When you can get to the point where you can have compassion for them instead of bitterness for what they did to you, then you've really made it. Yeah. And you are so capable of doing this. You can get yourself to the point where it isn't understanding, really. You will never understand how they could act that way. It's not in you. But where you are able to feel compassion and even love for everyone else in the world, no matter what their behavior is. And you can realize that everyone is learning and everyone's at a different stage of learning, that everyone came here at a different stage of learning. Everyone came here with a different journey to live. And so your compassion needs to go to everyone, because everyone is having the struggles the same as you have had and are currently still having, right? You are learning all your lessons. For some people, they're in a lesson that is harder for them to learn. Yeah, you have this, you you are that type of person. You do have that compassion. Some people just don't have it. So it doesn't need to concern you what other people are doing. You just know for yourself what's best. Yes. Okay. And you are not alone in this. Like everything you're doing, a lot of times you feel very alone. You feel like you're the only one. You're the only one you can rely on. And your angels are saying, please look around, because you have your angels. Please talk to them. Share with them your struggles, the things that you're learning, the things that you want, that you need, and and let them support you. Let them give you signs. Let them communicate with you, and then trust that that's what that is, that what that has been, right? And that will help you to feel very protected, like Mother Mary, right? Looking after you all the time. You're not alone. All the angels are there, your personal angels, as well as all the archangels, as well as a whole bunch of human people that are around you, that are available and willing to help when you need. And you don't have to do anything alone. It feels very good. Now, it is time. Christmas is coming up. We tend to overeat. We tend to eat the cookies and the chocolates and the everything else, and maybe a little more alcohol than usual and all that kind of stuff, the parties and the dips, all that stuff. Take it easy on those things and drink a lot of water, and just be conscious of that. It's you're doing yourself a favor. The more junk food we eat and sugar and all that stuff, the more likely we are to get sick, because those things lower our immunity and they clog us up, And it's when we're clogged up and there's all kinds of gookies in there that the germs move in to eat that up, right? And so detoxifying in itself actually doesn't feel very good. You could feel fairly ill while you're doing a big detox. And that's, often that is what a cold is. It's detoxing something. But still, like, do that, just being conscious of what you're taking in and of whose energy you're in and all that kind of stuff, right? So look after you, do some self-care. Okay, all right. And all this is beautiful. This is happily ever after. This is habits to follow for the whole rest of your life. It is. It's you laying the groundwork for the rest of your life. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Now we have here the daily guidance cards. And let's see, there's one last bit of wisdom here from your angels. Giving and receiving. Oh, okay, so what a perfect card. Because this is this not being alone stuff. When you give energy in any way, whether that's time or money or food or attention or compassion, when you give, you're making room to receive. It's a balance. It's a flow. Like it all goes, like this. When you have received too much in comparison to how much you've been giving, it creates a vacuum where it's clogged up here and things over there where you've received from are lacking, and that creates a vacuum over there. And so then you need to be giving to there, right? In order to make room and space and flow to receive more. You can't just receive all the time. You can't just give all the time. You have to balance it. And so, okay, I'm being told to share this. I had a realization a whole bunch of years ago. This is a long time ago now. In my marriage, I felt for a long time like I was the one giving, 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 giving. And suddenly I realized that it wasn't that my partner wasn't giving back to me. He absolutely was. It's that I was refusing to accept it. When he would do something that I considered to be kind of my job, like he would clean up the kitchen or something like that after having been at work all day. And, you can talk all you want about traditional roles and whatever, that's not what I'm talking about. But when he would do something that I considered to be my job, then I would sit there and feel guilty instead of just receiving gratefully and gracefully. and instead of saying thank you. And so it wasn't that he wasn't giving to me, it was that I was choosing not to receive it. So as soon as I corrected that, then that relationship really changed. It really fell into place much more than it had been in the past. So that's what this giving and receiving is about. Okay. All right, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me. I'm appreciating every minute of you, and I love you, and I will see you next week.